How's it going, lads, and welcome to the latest episode of the OP Alphabet. Today we're looking at the letter I, which of course stands for the god himself, Victor Ibarbo. But before we get into that, we'll run through who we've had so far. We have had A for Aubameyang, B for Braithwaite, C for Shaqiri, D for Doumbia, E for Emenike, F for Fur, G for Giovinco, H for Hernandez, and now I for Ibarbo. We are still going on. Wonder what ladder we're going to give that up on. Let me know what you think in the comments. But this is the team that we went with. Pretty standard team, really. Well, I said pretty standard. It's not that standard at all. There's a couple of legs in there. We've got Buffon and Golo, I've used a few times. That is solid. We've got Marcello, I've said before, one of my favourite left backs of the game. In fact, the best left back. We've seen he played 49 games with him. Barzagli and Cáceres at the back, two very, very strong centre backs in the Serie A. Both got good pace. Especially Cáceres rocking in with 82 pass, which is crazy. Markin at right back again, someone that I've used several times now, 14 games he's played. CDM used Gary Medel again, because I've mentioned before, someone really highly recommended him to me, and yeah, he was really good actually. He was a lot better than the first time around I used him. I mean, he was good that time, but this time he was really standout in that position. He was fantastic. Probably in the top few CDMs I've used, but still not the best. Still Fernando for me, still the best one. Right hand side of midfield we used Juan Manuel Iturbe, who was good again. Used him several times as well. Left hand side we used Inform Isco. So we'll talk a bit about this guy first. I got him in a pack, so I thought I'd try him out. He's got 77 pace, 88 dribbling, 80 shooting, 84 passing, 64 physical, 35 defending. Not the quickest for a left-hand sided midfielder, but his dribbling was absolutely fantastic. You'll see for one of the goals in the montage at the end, did some fantastic dribbling. Cut it back to Ibarbo, who put in a nice little volley, but he was really good actually. I was really impressed with him. I'm probably going to hold on to him and use him in the future. Cam, we have got James Rodriguez, another player that you all know I've used a lot in the past and rate very, very highly. He's some of the better cams in the game for me. Really strong player, and of course he gives us the Colombian link to Falcao and Ibarbo. We'll start off with Falcao, obviously, because Ibarbo is going to be the main topic of conversation. You'll see here he only played the 4 games, not the 5, and only got 2 assists. And the reason he only played the 4 and not the 5 is because I could not get on with him at all. And as soon as this video is done, I'm actually going to be selling him. I could not score with him whatsoever. He just didn't seem strong enough, didn't seem fast enough. He was good in the air, but even when his headers were good, they never went in. They'd be good headers, but they never going in. So I tried for the last game. Carlos Bacca instead, you can see he played 1 game. Didn't get any goals and assists, but he did feel a lot better, and I feel that if Bacca had been in the team alongside Ibarbo from the start, that he would have done better than Falcao. I just really could not get on with him at all, which is a shame, because I've liked him in previous games, but wasn't cutting the mustard for me in this team at least. Then we'll move on to the star man, Victor Ibarbo. Let's just look at some of his main stats. 91 pace, 71 shooting, 66 passing, 80 dribbling, 78 physical, 39 defending as well in there. You can see he's 6'2", so he's a real monster. He's right-footed, 3-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. And what's funny is that this player here, as you all know, is a really well-known OP player. He was fantastic last year. He was really strong in the game then, and then they've altered him this year to somehow make him better. They gave him the 4-star skill moves, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have last year, and that just made him even more of a tank. You can see he's played 5 games and got 12 goals, which I think is the best return we've got so far. I can't remember what Hernandez's was, but I think that's the best return we've had so far. We've got 1 assist as well in there. But one thing I did notice a lot with Victor Ibarbo is his heading. And I think at the 12 goals, for maybe 4 or 5 of them were headers, some from corners, some from just regular crosses, and that's not something you see very often in this game, because heading doesn't seem as strong to me as it was in the past, but his heading was superb. 91 pace, of course, is sensational. His dribbling at 80 is fantastic. You can see in a couple of his goals he brought out some nice skill moves, some nice mazy runs before hammering home. 71 shooting doesn't seem the best on paper, but it's absolutely fantastic. 66 passing is not the best, and he's 78 physical, with him being 6'2" and having 91 pace. He just seems to run through people, push them out the way, and just be through on goal. Costs 3,300 coins, which isn't cheap when you consider he's rated 75, but then we can see the damage that he does in-game. It's an absolute steal. He's just as good as any other striker I've used on the game, really, with perhaps exception to Aguero and the 95 Messi that I've been using, who I've actually sold now, lads, just so you know. I sold him the other day, and we're going to be hoping to bring an epic squad builder to the channel with the funds that's released for me, so that's a nice video heads up for you. But yeah, he's an absolute monster. Of course, I did go on a little cup run, and I did win the cup, but for some reason I couldn't find the footage from when I won it. I don't know why. So there won't be the little thing at the end with them all celebrating, but I'm positive that I went on and won the cup with them. I think it overlapped with another letter that I was doing when I was doing the letter H, and I must have deleted it with that one, but never mind. He was a tank. Ibarbo's a tank. We all know he's a tank. And this team on the whole was pretty strong. Like I say, if there's anyone that I could replace it, it'd probably be Falcao, put in Bacca, or perhaps someone to link up with Isco, so you could perhaps put in Benzema or someone like that. And then at the same time, I'd perhaps bring in Chiellini for one of these two, even though they're both really good, but I'd like to have my really strong centre-backs, and perhaps Medel for someone like De Rossi. But other than that, the team was really strong, and that doesn't, not to say that these players here weren't good, Medel and the centre-backs, they were good, but I'm just thinking if you wanted to upgrade it a little bit, perhaps get the higher-rated players, they're the people that I'd perhaps go for. But on the whole, the team was really good. It's a very affordable team, with the exception of inform Isco, really. I don't think James Rodriguez, I've got him in a pack, didn't I, so I can't look. I don't think his value is too sky high now, but I'd say it's less than 100k, particularly if you're taking out Falcao and putting in someone like Backup. Then it's a very affordable team, because if you're looking at the defence, these two are dirt cheap. Maicon's dirt cheap. Marcelo, how much is Marcelo? 24k is not too bad, especially considering, in my opinion, like I say, it's the best left back in the game. Iturbe's cheap. James Rodriguez, I'm pretty sure, is around the 40-50k mark, so maybe a little over 100k to be fair, maybe a little over. But that is going to bring us to the end of this letter in the OP alphabet. The letter I done and dusted. Of course, I'll be moving on to the letter J in the next one, but before that, you should be getting some tasty career mode action. So I hope you all enjoy the goals and the highlights at the end of the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, I would really appreciate it if you'd go and click on that button right now, and also leave a like to show your support for the series and the video if you're enjoying it. I will see you all in the next video. Nij out.